Ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished viewers of non-binary gender, we are Shock and Autism. That's Dylan over there.
Oh, and you're Daniel. That's right. Yeah.
And I'm Daniel. And we just got done seeing the Super Mario Bros. Movie, even though we're in our 30s and don't have children.
Well, that's the target audience, though, isn't it?
Oh, yes. 30-year-olds without children. Really, that's the target for the Barbie movie, but that's for later on down the road.
I'm so wanting to see that movie, by the way.
I do too. I'm not framed there for a second.
That's okay.
Have fun editing this around.
But
what'd you think of the movie you're doing?
I'm conflicted. Like, initially, I'm going to have to really sit on this, because I'm a bit conflicted. Like, I don't know what lens to kind of view this story from, because, I mean, it's obviously marketed at children, and so I'm tempted to put on my kind of kitty gloves, you know what I mean? Just like, well, by kitty gloves, I mean, like, I don't want to be too overly harsh on it. But yeah, I don't know whether to use my kitty gloves on it. I don't know whether to be less harsh on it, but at the same time, it's very nostalgia heavy. You know what I mean? It's very nostalgia heavy, and sorry, that cat is distracting me. Let's pause for a second while I get that cat out of here. Hold on.
No. That is the cat in question. She is wonderful.
Anyway, yeah, so I really enjoyed the movie. I just don't know how to properly critique it at the moment, though, is the thing, because I don't know whether to be too easy or more harsh on it.
I don't really. I think you're a little caught up. Like, it is a kids movie.
It is, yeah.
Like, and it's like we mentioned, the Barbie movie is clearly trying to be for people in the 30s.
Yeah.
This is a movie for your kids. Go take your kids to see the movie. It's not a lot of fun. Is Bowser? Not a lot of fun.
Bowser's fantastic. Jack Black as Bowser is fantastic. Yeah.
Peach is a fun and interesting character. She's not some Mary Sue. None of that stuff. Like, she is very, very skilled as a fighter.
Right.
Like she is in a lot of the other games.
Exactly.
But because she has literally trained her entire life.
Right.
like none of that stuff. And you know what? Chris Pratt, a fine Mario.
Yeah, I mean, fine. Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah,
He's fine.
This movie is not trying to reinvent cinema or establish a new
It's just trying to be fun. It's trying to be
a fun movie. Is it fun when they ride go-karts on the Rainbow Road? Yeah. Yes, it's fun when they ride go-karts on the Rainbow Road. It's fun when Jack Black's doing stuff. Charlie Day is having fun being a cowardly little Luigi. And there's a powerful moment at the end when Luigi learns to overcome his cowardice and shows the bond between the two brothers, because the thing they keep saying is when the two of them are together, they can do anything, and that's fantastic. Yeah. It's a nice, simple little story. We were sitting next to a lot of kids. A lot of kids were in there. We heard one of them say, like, when Peach agrees to marry Bowser when it seems like she has no choice, the person's like, she's just faking, right? And it's like, yeah, little kid, your instincts are correct. But, like, grown adults are like, this is so formulaic. It's for kids.
Right.
It's for them to realize, I know this trope, and then there you go.
All right.
So, that for initial reactions?
I think that's good for initial reactions. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's what we thought at the time.
But what about now that we've thought about it?
And got some fucking sleep. Okay, so now that we've, thought about it and got some sleep, Dylan, and what are your further, deeper analysis on the Mario movie?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if I honestly do. Again, my original point stands. It is much more than like the normal Marvel fare I'm used to, more comic book-y movies. It's much more centered on kids, and again, like you pointed out, that's not a bad thing. But
I'd say kids and nostalgia.
Kids and nostalgia. That's a good factor there as well. Yeah. I will say this only, which isn't an indictment of the movie or a thing really even about the movie. It's about the response to it. I kind of love how we so quickly shifted, at least the right on the internet, the alt-right bozos on the internet kind of shifted from, it's a woke movie, it's gonna flop, and when it stopped flopping, it's like, it's so anti-woke, and it's just, that's stupid. So f***ing stupid. But what?
Grifters gotta grift, Dylan.
Fair enough. Yeah, you gotta make that cha-ching on YouTube, I guess. So, but yeah.
Please like, comment, and subscribe so that we don't have to become grifters.
Daniel, what did you think of the movie?
There were two things that we really should have mentioned that I plan to mention in the first half of this review that I really want to get there now.
Okay.
The first one is the needle drops felt a little excessive as a matter of criticism. It's just like, I mean, like, I have a fun old time whenever I hear Thunderstruck by the band Antichrist Demichrist, better known as AC/DC. I don't know how many of the kids know that song, but hey, they're getting introduced to it. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Far
but
from it.
It felt a little excessive. Honestly. But the second thing, and speaking of music, Dylan, something that we did not mention in the first half of this. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Peaches?
Peaches.
That was so good. I love that.
Like I miss Tenacious D.
Right.
I loved Tenacious D. I have nostalgic feelings for Tenacious D.
Same.
And this is that like if you want to know why people love Peaches, it's Jack Black doing the thing. If you didn't like Tenacious D or you think they've aged terribly, and they haven't, you're wrong about that. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong to not like them, but like Fuck Her Gently, that's like progressive after a fashion, and very much about like communication within sexual dynamics. It's very informed, enthusiastic consent about these sorts of things.
True.
Tenacious D has aged fantastically. Bloodhound Gang maybe hasn't aged terribly. That's a separate point entirely. Yeah. But I mean, like we couldn't not mention the memes of it all.
Yeah.
And something else, get your thoughts on, Dylan. How you feel about sequels?
I feel regardless of how I feel about it, it's inevitable. Like, it's going to happen. Like, I think
dread it, run from it.
I think even Nintendo gave out some statements saying that they feel much more confident going ahead with. And if I can find that comment, I'll put it on the screen now. If not, then I'll just.
Put a picture of a chicken on there.
Okay, a chicken. Okay. Should I call it a cock or just a chicken?
I don't. It doesn't really matter as far as I'm concerned.
Can I censor the chicken?
You can censor whatever you'd like, Dylan. You're the editor.
So
I don't
can
really
censor.
have control
I
over
can
this.
censor you entirely out of this video, then, right?
Yeah, and let's see how well it does, bud.
Thank you.
Digressions aside, though, but
Yes.
they're inevitable. The sequels.
Yeah. Oh,
But
absolutely.
What sequels do you want? Do you think there are good fertile material for?
Well, they already hinted at another Mario movie with the Yoshi egg in the very kind of end there. But besides Mario, well, we already did a whole video on this actually. Odd episode on this actually with Zelda maybe with who's Star Fox. So I think we both agreed Star Fox would be a good fertile ground to make a sequel.
Link in description for that podcast episode if you missed it.
Yeah. Just a ton of the. Though I will admit, I'm not sure how you make a standalone movie or series out of Kirby. They did.
You're thinking broadly Nintendo. I'm thinking yes, they're going to do more movies.
Yeah, and
I still think they're eventually gonna work their way to a Smash Bros. Movie.
Same. That's kind of what I'm thinking, actually.
But for right now, for just the Mario properties.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking
This is
about
the joys of recording at 2 a.m.
Now that, again, I thought you were talking specifically about everything that's leading up to the inevitable end game, like a crossover event that's going to be the Smash Bros. Movie. But I really, like a ton of people out there, I really hope Wario and Waluigi get there.
Oh, most definitely. But I guess I'll be more specific. Charlie Day has expressed that he'd like to come back and do a Luigi's Mansion movie.
Yeah, I can see that working.
Seth Rogen would love to come back and do. He thinks Donkey Kong Country can be the basis of stuff. Do you see, based on the characters that are just in here, do you see those as viable? Would you be down to see a Luigi's Mansion movie? Do you think that they're gonna do them all?
Yeah.
So I guess we'll end with this. What, as a prediction, what do you think is coming next?
Okay. Well, whatever they do next, we already know Yoshi is gonna be involved in some way. But in terms of just standalone, but within the Mario universe stuff, maybe I would say Luigi's Mansion. Sorry, would be I'm not sure why. I feel like between the two franchises, people are already more familiar with Luigi, so I'd figure that's the one they'd spearhead first.
Maybe.
What about you?
My prediction is absolutely they're doing a whole movie about the Kongs. It's the same direct universe here. You can center DK learning to gain his father's approval or acceptance or release. You could do those things. You can get the full DK rap in there with the whole DK crew
and actually credit the guy
and
for
actually
once.
Fucking credit the guy who did the music for that. It was a ridiculous thing. That's just a prediction. But yeah, that's pretty much just what we said the last half of the review. It's a fun movie. It's kids nostalgia. Go enjoy it. Have a good time. Nintendo makes a bunch of money. Capitalism wins.
Yay!
Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, monetize friendship.